This experience comes from me going into seduction, as in watching the videos on YouTube, going on the most expensive seduction workshop, I think probably still right now, and then doing seduction for the better part of 3-4 years, and then unlearning it in order to be natural, or just be. And I've always seen this question throughout my experiences: what do you need to do in order to have abundance with women? And coming from a guy that has no experience, wanting to look into this, you'll get taken in all kinds of different directions when it comes into, all right, so here's different ways to do it with what your current social circle is, how you can go out during the daytime and talk to different women using pickup, using seduction, or going out at night using this certain methodology, or different strategies that you can use online. But what you couldn't easily miss in this is what I've come to experience. In order to truly have abundance with women, you must first create the space for that abundance within your life. Because if your life has been so jam-packed with doing whatever you got to do in order to go to work day to day, week by week, or going to school, filling it with your social life, family, whatever hobbies that you have, and all this other stuff, you really don't have the space for abundance of women in your life. Because whether you may be doing all that stuff for for a certain purpose, whatever that may be, then you've made it clear that you don't want space for women in your life. And even if you start pursuing methods on how to get more women in your life, then this will always come up as a thing, as a hindrance of why you don't want to go meet women, or why you can't go meet women, or maybe that you have a date and she might end up canceling on you. It is because you have discounted the possibility of having a woman in your life. And this leads me to the second part, is in order to have abundance with women in your life, you must first abundantly choose to explore the women in your life. And I choose this word, the woman, purposely, because if you think that you are only man, then you're incorrect. Because if you are someone who's moving towards expanding your awareness and becoming more alert, more present, you may start to notice that there's this other side that's still true to you that is not man. And I noticed this within myself when I'd be acting totally irrationally, and it would be still in presence, but it wouldn't be man. And as I started seeing women more and more, I noticed that I was being more woman. And this will start to impact the image that you created in your mind of what a man should be. And if you start to pull away from the woman, then women will start to pull away from you. Because you have not explored the abundance of you being woman in your life. The range of emotions, the intensity of just being with your heart totally, with complete disregard, the want to experience and explore all at once, all at one time. The way of being in total care, of learning what care is. And if you continue to ignore the woman, then you can just completely forget about having abundance of women in your life. And in order to explore this, you must have the space. And once you start making this space and exploring this, you'll notice things will change as you have changed as you start exploring women in your moment-to-moment reality. And from this, you will start to bring in the abundance that you've been wanting to explore. Otherwise, you'll just be trapped in the same circles that so many men are trapped in, with whether it's going out on the streets and doing a bunch of approaches, getting nowhere, going out at night, and trying to run out the clock to make it rational in your mind that you're actually doing something when you're really not, or endlessly swiping on Tinder or whatever dating app that you might download, or whatever other nonsense that you might try to do in order to have abundance of women in your life. All that will just be a futility, even if you do get results, because that will still feel empty to you. Because abundance doesn't mean doesn't mean a quantitative amount. Because if you look at your life right now, you actually do have abundance. You have abundance of man in your life. You have abundance of loneliness, abundance of coldness. Because you've experienced those things in each different flavor. But when you come to abundance with a woman, you will come to abundance with all the different varieties and flavors of women that they are in the world. And it's actually infinite. And there's evidence of this in the earth, because if you look at the variety of flowers, the variety of wildlife, the variety of really everything coming from nature, there's really no need for it. I mean, there's no need for however many species of deer that there are right now in life. There's no need for the different variety of birds that there are, but they just are. Because if it was one, then yeah, you would have abundance, but it would just be boring. Because it would just be abundance of just one thing. But in its true abundance, a wide, rich variety is needed to be explored. And that starts with you exploring the woman. And creating the space for the woman. Talk to you soon.